Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Dr. Javed Iqbal Kokar, Professor of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology. As I'm discussing the personal identity, and this is the 11th lecture of this series. And in this lecture, as we are continuing with the parameters of age determination, and the contents and the learning objective of this talk will be that we'll be studying the age estimation from bones. And this is not only the subjective and objective examination but also the radiological examination which help us in estimation of the age. So starting with the topic, the skeletal examination regarding age. The skeletal examination regarding age determination from the bones, we study certain changes in the bones from the fetal life to the old age, and they are very reliable markers regarding age determination. Both the subjective and objective examination are performed, and it is the most reliable indicator of age during prenatal and postnatal period, because the appearance of the ossification center, the appearance of the secondary ossification centers, epiphysis, diaphysis, fusion of epiphysis with the diaphysis, these are very reliable indicators. And when we perform the X-ray, the radiological examination help us in estimation of age up to very close certainty. So regarding the age span, we know that it begins with the conception within the womb and then the after birth passing through all these stages and up till the death. So this is the lifespan. It starts with the conception, with the fertilization of the ovum, with the conception till it is developed into an fetus, delivered, and afterward then it is grown up and then into old age and or other stages, then till the death. This is the age span. Then the age span has, regarding when we talk about the skeletal data, they have clear phases, two phases of activity on the extreme ends, and the middle one is the stage of rest. So three phases of age span regarding the skeletal examination, they are important. First is the proliferative phase, which is from development, when it is from the newborn, from the inborn to the adulthood, then a period of static age when there is no development, and then the senile or the retrogressive or degenerative changes, that is the retrogressive phase. So proliferative phase, static phase, and retrogressive phase. In proliferative phase, this is the biological active period showing the developments of the human body, and every part will start increasing in size. It has two distinct stages in intrauterine life, which is followed by extrauterine life, which starts from the birth till the age of 25 years. So this is the proliferative phase, during there is massive development from intraembryonic to extraembryonic. Then there is a static phase. This is the second phase, a biologically inactive period from 25 years to 45, during which no change regarding the development of the bones occurs. And after that, there is a retrogressive stage. This is the third phase, and again biologically active period from 45 onward, showing the degenerative changes almost in every part of the body. So the indicators of age are, from the bones, appearance of the primary ossification centers, then appearance of the secondary ossification centers, the third, fusion of the epiphysis with the diaphysis, and number 4, the degenerative changes like the osteophyte formation, lipping of the joints. So these are 4 important markers from where we can estimate the age from the bones. At birth, the lower end of femur shows a center of ossification about half a centimeter in diameter. At this stage, the center of ossification will be present in talus, calcaneus, cuboid, and the upper end of tibia. Here you can see in this radiograph the lower end of femur showing the primary ossification center. Then at about 1 to 2 years, the anterior fontanella is closed and metopic suture, which is the suture between the two halves of the frontal bone, they fuses at the end of 1 to 2 years. Then beyond 2 years, the condylar portion of the occipital bone fuses with its squama. And between 2 to 6 years, the number of carpal bones at the wrist joint on X-ray represents the age of the child in approximate years. If you do the X-ray of the wrist joint, it is showing the 3 carpal bones. The child must be of the age of 3 years. 4 carpal bones, 4 years. 5 carpal bones, 5 years. So the number of carpal bones at the wrist joint between 2 to 6 years will be indicative of the age of the child in years. So here you can see 2 carpal bones, and here 2 carpal bones, and the age is 2 years. And this is showing the 4 carpal bone, age is 4 years. And this is showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carpal bones approximately. This is also showing 5 carpal bones and age is 5 years. Then about the age of 6 years, the condylar portion of occipital bone fuses with the basi occipit, and at 7 to 8 years, the rami of the pubic bone and ischium bone they unite. By 8 to 10 years, the center of ossification of olecranon it appears. By 10 to 12 years, pisiform is ossified, and by 13 to 14 years, the lateral epicondyle of humerus unites with trochlea and capitula. And this is the radiograph showing 13 to 14 years in boys and 12 to 14 years in girls. Pisiform bone has appeared, and the lower end of radius and ulna, they are not fused. And by the 15-16 year, the triradiate cartilage of acetabulum fuses, coracoid process unite to the scapula, olecranon to ulna, and the head and the ends of the metacarpal unite with their respective shafts. By 16 to 18 years, all the epiphyses are at the elbow except the medial epicondyle. All the epiphyses at the elbow except the medial epicondyle of the humerus, they are fused. Head of the femur and the lower end of the tibia joined to their respective shafts. In female, the epiphyses at the elbow joint join their respective shaft by 13 to 14 years. It is 1 to 2 years earlier. Here you can see the age is below 17, the lower end of femur, upper end of the tibia and fibula, they have not fused. And by 18 to 20 years, all the epiphyses at the wrist, knee have been fused. The iliac crest and the lateral end of the clavicle should also be united. By 21 to 22 years, the ischial tuberosity should be fused in females. And here you can see the head of femur partially fused, greater trochanter partially fused, and age should be 18 to 25. By 22 years, the medial end of clavicle fuses with its shaft. And by 23 years, the sacral vertebra should be united with one another from below upwards. This is the medial end of the clavicle. Though sternum has got very characteristic features. Between 12 to 24, The four pieces of the body of sternum fuses with one another from below upwards. The sternum has got three parts: body, manubrium, and xiphisternum. The body has got four pieces, and these pieces unite from below upward from the age of 14 to 25. And this is the body showing the four pieces, and all have been united, fused with each other. If all the epiphyses of the long bones are united, the person is above the age of 25. So this is a golden principle, that if all the epiphyses of the long bone have been fused with their respective shafts of the diaphysis, then the age of the person should be above 25. So here you can see the lower end of the tibia and the fibula. They have completely fused, the it should be above 25. From all this data which we have discussed, the probable age can be determined with a margin of a year or so before puberty, but within the range of 2 years after the age of 22 to 25. So after 25 years of age, the Zipherd process unites with the body of the uh, sternum at about age of 40. So xiphisternum unites with the body at about age of the 40. And the manubrium sterni with its body of sternum unites at old age, approximately at the age of 60. Thank you very much. This is all about the age determination from the bones. We'll continue the topic in the next section. Take care. Allah Hafiz.